Hey, how is it going, everyone? Welcome back to the locker room. I am Nakeem. Alongside me is my boy Malik. How are we doing, Malik?
I am doing fantastic. The weather is beautiful outside, and
Hey,
Double XL is here.
hey, this is that time of the year. Music fans, rap fans, I should say, in general, hip hop. Love this time of the year because Double XL, you get the freestyles, you get the ciphers. It's a nice time for music. But there's a lot of talk about this year's Double XL class, and
Man,
we
man,
are
man.
here to discuss with everyone and share our little thoughts. Now, Malik, there are some names, there are some faces that I'm really intrigued to hear your little opinions on it. So you know what? I'm gonna just lay the floor out to you. If you go, what comes to mind when you look at this cover? I want to hear. Take me through your thought process.
All right, so I'm looking at the cover of my phone right now. See, what comes to mind is, I would say, uniqueness. I would say this is, on the positive side, this is one of the most unique classes of the decade. But this is a
Yep.
new decade, so I can't even count last decade anymore. No more 2016 XL Freshman with Kodak and them. This is new. This is news. So I would say this is very unique. There's some names that I'm not familiar with. There's probably only a couple people that I've listened to consistently,
Yeah.
but there's a lot to look forward to. But there's a few disappointments, in my opinion. And I don't blame a lot of people for saying this is the worst XXL group of all time. Even people are saying, but I mean, a lot of people say that every year. Like last year, they said it's the worst one of all time. The year before, I think this is the worst one of all time. So we're just
Yeah.
gonna keep going on and on and on. I just hope these artists prove everybody wrong. I wish them nothing but the best, but it's disappointing because I think of a lot of other rappers that could have gone this list, but most likely they did decline. So yeah, how about you? What are your thoughts for your first impressions?
First impressions, I think I'd have to say that there's just a lot of unfamiliar faces for me
Mm-hmm.
personally. And for someone who I think I like to say that I'm up to date with the up and coming artists in the game, there's just some names that I feel shouldn't be there instead of others. And we'll get into that talk and that conversation in a moment. But there are some faces I'm like, hey, I am so glad they made it. Some surprises too. But why don't we just go down person by person and give
All
our little
right.
thoughts about it? So, hey, yo, Malik, I'll let you do it. We'll go from I guess it only makes sense to go from top to bottom, I believe.
All right, I guess we'll go from top to bottom. I got the list right here, so I guess we're gonna start with number one. So we're gonna start with from the list here. 42 Doug is the first one listed on this list. So what do you think? What do you think about 42 Doug Nakeem? He's the
Hey,
first freshman.
I think 42 Doug is definitely deserving of a double XL spot. I think when it comes to double XL, you got to take a few things into account. You got to take in they have to have at least one hit song. 42 Doug does with 42 Doug. Yeah, 42 Doug does. That's a tongue twister in itself.
42
Uh
Doug.
he, he has a hit song in We Paid with Lil Baby.
Mm-hmm.
Also has a bunch of other features, had some projects out, and he's been hot. So that's just all the things you need to be on the double XL. And I think is that one of those things where it's like kind of relating it to last year, you could look at Cowboy. Like if Cowboy
Yeah,
can make the double XL, then 42 Doug should make the double XL.
absolutely. 42 Doug. His feature game. Well, I have to say is on timing right now. He's
Yes.
featured with a lot of high caliber artists like Lil Baby. He just had his album recently come out. I would say 3 weeks ago. It did decent numbers, and he had a stacked track list as well. I didn't really listen to it that much. Didn't
Song
really
with
have to give it
Future
a
on it, I
listen.
believe.
And Future on it too. So he's racking up numbers. He's collaborating with artists that are one of the best in the game right now, and he's repping Detroit. So he's doing
Mm-hmm.
his thing, and we'll see what he does. I'm not sure where he is lyrically or how his freestyling is. He has one of those like unique voices, one of those really high pitched voices. But
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to see. He probably could be one really unique freestyle and really unique cipher. I guess we'll go into the second one, which I'm actually really happy about, surprisingly. Flo Milli. Flo Milli is on the XXL cover list. So, Dickie, what do you think about Flo Milli?
I'm not the most familiar with Flo Milli. I won't lie to you, but this is one of those things where I'm also intrigued because I wasn't the most familiar with Tierra Whack, and look at what Tierra Whack did in her freestyle and cipher. She literally stole the show. So um, artists like that, I'm intrigued about, even though I don't know them. It's just that what hit song is there? There probably is that I just haven't attached their name to, because there must be in order for them to be on Double XL, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. No, Flo Milli, I'm actually, I actually discovered her, and when I used to watch like the BET Awards, she would do the ciphers all the time. She has
Ah,
really good flow, and her lyricism game is really decent. So she could flow, and she's almost a rapper. So I'm really excited. People, talk about her high pitched voice as well. Her voice is really high, and some people make fun of it. But you know what? I kind of dig it in a way. She's worked with Sada Baby. She's worked with Snot, which
ooh,
is really
oh, okay, snot,
so.
love me snot.
Love you, Scott. Yes, sir. Me too. But yeah, I think her recent album, "Why Is You Here," I think did decent numbers, and she's collaborated with quite a bit of artists. I think she's worked close with King Los before as well. So,
Mm,
that definitely solidifies her as a decent lyricist. So I'm really excited for Flo Milli. I think she's gonna surprise some people. Absolutely. So we'll see what happens.
yeah.
Guess we'll go into the third one. Probably my favorite. Moray. Moray.
Moray, hey, if you are not new, if you've been here to the channel for a while, you could know and tell that Malik is a big fan of Moray. He loves Moray with all of his heart. He's always talking about him some way or other in some type of reaction, bringing him into it. But hey, gotta love it. It makes sense to, had that hit track. Also on the J. Cole album. That's huge in itself to
Hmm,
be
hmm.
an up and coming artist and be on a J. Cole project. And I think he's gonna surprise people. I think people don't think he's as as lyrical, I should say. He's not as lyrical as people believe because he's like a soulful rapper. But even his album was really good. And it's like that same type of rod wave kind of soul rap, which I like. And I'm happy to see him on it. He deserves it. He definitely deserves it.
It just there's a quicksand, another track, big decisions.
Yep.
Probably one of my favorite off of Moray. He did good on those tracks, and getting that J Cole co-sign and featuring on J Cole's album was big for him. So I'm not even surprised. He probably was the first pick on this XXL, or probably one of the first
Yeah.
top three at
The
least,
no brainer
third
ones.
person.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he's a no-brainer when he blew up this year. So I have no doubt in my mind that he's probably gonna be one of the better people in the ciphers and the freestyles. So I'm looking forward to seeing the combination between his rapping and his singing, just like a little bit of Rod Wave, like you said.
Mhm.
100%. All right. So for the fourth person, we got Pooh Shiesty, which I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised
I'm
either
not
because he
surprised
did blow
either.
up. He did blow up.
Yeah, I think Pooh Ice-T is one of those. I don't listen to Pooh Ice-T on a regular, but his name has definitely been in like the news. Maybe not for the best things,
Yeah.
as of
Yeah.
late, but he's been in the news. His name's been there, so it makes sense that he made the double XL list. I don't really have that many thoughts about it, but when your name is as relevant as his is, I only even know him from that one song. I don't even know who did it, but like Pooh Ice-T, that's my dog. No, 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 that's really icy. I don't know who made that, but it's an
Who did
audio
make that?
on TikTok.
Yeah.
It's audio on TikTok, and that's the only reason I really know Pusha T properly. Like that's the only reason.
Yeah, I don't really listen to Pusha T that much. I have to get myself more familiar with him. I'm sure he's more of a trap artist right now.
Yeah,
spin that game with the relevancy of like trap and. Well, I'm excited for Pusha T. Uh, I may sell him out a bit because I'm not sure he's gonna come up to my standards, but we'll see what happens. I
we'll
can't judge
see,
because
we'll see, we'll
I
see.
haven't listened to him yet. So Pusha T, we'll see what happens. Our next one we got is Coil Ray.
Hey, Coil Ray, she's popping. There's no way that uh she's not on it. She literally is like has what 3 4 hits out right now,
Yep.
and she's literally taken over the rap game. So Coil Ray was definitely, like how Double XL is pushing their movement with getting females. I think this might be the most females on a Double XL class like ever. There's
Yeah.
4.
I see
So
four. I see four.
usually it's just one, and even then if there's one female, that's like a big deal. So for there to be 4 is actually crazy for the female rap scene, and I love it. I love it in general, but Coil Ray definitely deserving of it.
Well, Clover definitely deserving of it. She got 3 or 4 hits. She's in her own lane right now. She's got that unique style. A lot of people say she's like the female version of Playboy
Playboy
Cardi.
Cardi, yeah, yeah.
But they're with their stick.
Literally, literally.
That's quite alright. But let's see. Let's see her prove prove people wrong rapping. So we'll see what happens. You know, she got Toronto's co-sign because she's a presser
Oh
right now.
gosh, don't even bring that
What
up.
can we say? I guess we gotta support, right? We gotta support. But yep. Corduroy. We'll see what happens. All right, next we got. I'm not sure I pronounced this right, but Lakia.
That I believe I can't really comment because I've never heard of her before. I've never heard a song from her before, which is why I said in the beginning names like faces are unfamiliar. Like not to discredit anything from her, but you know what? Actually, we'll talk about that after. We'll talk about that aspect of it after. But I have nothing to say on her because I haven't listened to her music.
Yeah, I have. You know, I think this is my second time hearing from her. I heard from her from a track that she was featured on with Gucci Man, but I haven't heard it. I
Okay.
just saw it in the track list, so she's been there. But I would say out of the list, maybe she's the least relevant, but in a nice way. So I think that XXL is definitely gonna give her a platform to rap, and
Yeah.
she's gonna come up. I feel like she's gonna be the mulatto of this. I feel like she's gonna come in
Hey
and
yo,
kill
Mulatto
it.
killed it.
Oh, Mulatto
Mulatto
killed
killed it
it.
last year.
I feel like Lakia is gonna have one of the best ciphers. I would say.
Hmm.
I'm gonna say she could be the biggest surprise. Absolutely. I'm looking forward to it. And next we got Mr. Toozy over here.
Hey,
Mr. Toozy.
hey, for everyone who's watching this, this guy right here is who put me on 2C. He put me on that was it Off the Rip remix or what was it?
They're off the rig remix by Toozy.
Hey, and that is one of the best. That is such a fire track. 2C definitely deserving of it. He's been doing his thing. I'm really intrigued to see how he does that freestyle and cipher. I think he could even be one of the best cipher verses. Looking at this cast, like I think, especially if I'm thinking about that off the rip freestyle,
If he does
he
that,
definitely can, definitely. But yeah,
he's gonna
definitely
have the best
deserving.
one. But yeah, so far like Flo Millie, Lakia, and Tuzi, those were like three names that really intrigue me, and I'm really excited to see what
Yeah.
they could bring because like they're not really in the public eye in a way. They're kind of like on the side there, but they're still doing their thing. So I'm really excited. Tuzi doing your thing. All right, we got actually one of my favorite because I recently just started listening to him. We got Blast.
Hey, Blast is someone I've heard the name. I think I've heard of like a couple of songs, not fully, but just snippets here and there. But if I'm not mistaken, is he more on the R&B side?
Yeah, so he does like he has a couple like rapping tracks. Then he has some
Okay.
like auto tune, kind of like summer vibes. Then he has some R&B.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not educated enough on to really touch about what my expectations are of him, but I'll definitely add him to the intrigue to see what he is capable of doing on this list. Yeah, for sure.
Oh, awesome! Yeah, for me it was such a coincidence because I listened to his No Love Lost album last
Uh-huh.
week,
Oh wow.
and I was really impressed. He had a couple of tracks where he was just spitting. There's a track called Pressure. It was almost like a freestyle. So I'm really excited. I think he's gonna be the most underrated in this freshman list. I actually really enjoyed his album. He's worked closely with Ty Dolla Sign and Young Blue. So
Okay.
kind of has that vibe. So I'm really excited to see him, and I'm looking forward to Blast. Shout out to all the Blast fans out there. I'm on the wave. So
Yeah.
yep. So Nakeem, I'm gonna have to put you on soon, bro.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of that, hey, don't even get us started in that.
All right, next we got probably the most unique out on this list, or the one that I didn't know that was coming, but we got Ruby Rose on the
Hey,
XXL freshman list.
for those that are wondering, and I know Malik, you're probably like Ruby Rose on the double XL. I've listened to a good amount of Ruby Rose songs.
I never listened to Ruby's. I've heard
And
Ruby Rose.
hey, I'm
How is
not
she?
gonna lie to you.
How is she?
There are some good songs. Like obviously it's the same
Okay.
type of rap. Like I guess you could branch in with the Cardi B's and the Megan Thee Stallion, like the type of talking about, my thing is, yeah, you know what I mean, But she has a certain type of cadence that's
Okay.
actually really good. Like her voice just sounds good on like rapping. And I know a lot of guys are gonna discredit her because she's a girl and the little TJ stuff and yada yada yada. But
Yeah.
if I'm looking at her as an artist objectively, hey, for as do I think she should have been on it this year? That is up for debate for sure. But hey, she definitely can hold her own. I'll say that she definitely can hold her own.
Oh yeah, she definitely could hold her own. And I can't really discredit that because you listen to her. You're gonna have to put me on. Ruby
Hey,
Rose have been a couple
okay.
of tracks, but I can't say anything. I feel like she's the one that's getting the most hate out of this
Yeah.
list, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. You can't hear it until she spits. So
I feel like
you know what I'm
it's
saying?
only because people know her the most and they probably don't think she's deserving of it because people don't know Blast and he's on it. They're not gonna say things about him because they don't even know who he is, right?
Yeah.
But because Ruby Rose is like known on social media and things like that, people are obviously gonna hate her the most, which makes sense. But I think if anyone can really prove the haters wrong, it would be Ruby Rose on this, definitely. I believe so. And you guys in the comments might be at my neck, but hey, I'm sticking to my word. And when she does,
Yep.
I'll come back to go off on all y'all.
Absolutely, absolutely. I believe you. I believe you. So I'm gonna hop. I'm gonna hop with you, bro. And we'll see what happens with Ruby Rose. I'm excited. And I feel like it's really awkward to have Ruby Rose. We got Tuzi, and then we got the next guy I'm gonna talk about, DDG,
Hey yo, this
on the
one
list.
surprised me the most
Man,
because I,
DDG, he did it. I did not
bro,
expect that, but he did it.
this is what KSI was is doing with the YouTube rap scene is obviously huge too. Like you can't like discredit KSI. I think
Yeah.
who would you say is the first one, DDG or KSI?
Who started rapping first? I'm sure they had their fair
Because
share of
KSI has been rapping
success
for a
back in the
minute,
day.
like since like 2016,
Yeah, who else?
2017.
Who else is rapping on YouTube? I
But
think Quadeca doing his thing, Crypt.
yeah,
A
but
couple people there.
I think KSI went bigger because he had that little baby and Rick Ross song from like before DDG
Yeah,
thing.
yeah,
But for DDG to make the double XL kind of takes YouTube rap much more seriously to say that like you can start rapping from YouTube and make it big. Cause this guy not like this is crazy. I think he tweeted this thing out where he's like, I went platinum,
yeah.
I
I saw that.
I knocked someone out, I quit YouTube and I made double XL all in 1 week.
What
That is
a week.
absurd. That is absurd. But hey, shout out DDG Respect. Definitely deserved it. He was the fan vote, and I can see why everyone's gonna vote him in because he's
Oh yeah.
deserving of that spot.
Oh yeah, he was the fan vote. He got the 10th and final spot. He has 6 million monthly listeners on
Whew.
Spotify. He's doing his thing, racking it up. It just keeps going up and up and up for DG. And to come out from YouTube, making vlogs, doing pranks,
Yeah, that's
and then
crazy,
and
man.
then and
That's
then going to
crazy.
transition to the music industry. I actually recently saw that he deleted all his YouTube videos and
Yeah,
he's
he's actually like
quitting
quit. Like he's
YouTube.
quit YouTube for sure. Yeah.
So he is out. So I wish him nothing but the best for his music career. He's do his thing. He's already collaborated with Blueface. He's collaborated with PNB Rock. He's
That
collaborated
song's
with
fire with
Little
Blueface.
Yacht with Yachty. Oh, the Blueface track.
Moonwalking in Calabasas. I
Meanwhile,
love that track.
Calabasas, that just got him over the edge.
Yeah.
So he did it. But I think we should quickly reflect on. I don't know if you know, but there's the DDG, Ruby Rose, and 2Z drama.
Yeah.
That's been
Weren't they
going on.
dating or something like
Well,
that?
YouTube. I think Ruby Rose and DG I know are not together now, so it's really awkward to be seeing them
Imagine they pair
on the
them up in the
XXL
cipher.
unless it's recorded before.
Okay, yeah.
Maybe. And then I think Tuzi has beef with DG because Tuzi used to be with Ruby Rose. It's like a
This is
it's
crazy.
like a love triangle. You imagine all three of them the same cipher, bro.
That would be
They're gonna try to one up each other.
literally, and I'd actually like that low key. It would be competitive. It would be nice. It would be nice.
It'd be competitive, and I guess that brings us to our final competitor. We got 24K Golden last year. We got Ian Dior this year.
I think Ian Dior is probably the most solidified out of these. Like, if anyone was deserving the most, I would probably say Ian Dior because you can
Yep,
make a strong case that he should have been on it last year.
last year.
And out of all these names, none of them I could say should have been on it last year. I think Ian Dior is like the veteran, which is crazy because he's probably like the youngest one here or one of the
Yeah,
youngest
yeah.
ones
I
here.
think I think he's like close to our age.
Yeah, he's close to our age, and we're for the record, we're like 20 years old around. We're not even 20. We're 19. So like
Yeah,
we're
well,
turning 20
yeah,
this
we're
year.
talking
So
about this year.
but yeah, Ian Dior, he has hit after hit. The
Yeah,
album was really good too. Obviously that mega hit with 24K Golden
yeah.
was obviously gonna put him in the discussion. I just don't know how serious he's gonna take it because he's already kind of solidified. So yeah, I don't really know. But Malik, I'm obviously gonna let you say your thoughts on Ian Dior, but after that, I want to know who is on your list of like snubs for
Okay, I
this
got a
list. But
couple. I gotta
But
go.
hey, what's your thoughts on Ian Dior?
In DR, just like 24K Gold, they're already solidified themselves, not only in the rap game, but almost in the pop game as well. They have tons and tons of radio hits that
Yeah.
produced a lot of hits on the top 100 billboards and lots of cash for these guys. So they're getting their money and they're doing their thing. So you could also make the argument that he was deserving of last year, like you said, but this year's doing his thing. I'm not sure if he'll take it that seriously, but we thought 24K Gold was gonna be the worst cipher
Hey, and he
alongside
was
with what's his name,
there was Favio, it was Mulatto, Lil TJ,
the
and
TJ,
24K Golden, right?
and I was 4K Gold. Yeah. I think we thought he was gonna be like one of the low tier worst, or maybe
But
not
he
the
was
worst one, the low
arguably the
tier, but
best.
he's like probably second best, second or third
Yeah.
best. Man did his
The
thing, and they got
energy.
Mulatto 24K Golden both on that cipher, so they both did their thing. So
Yeah.
wow. So hopefully he's gonna surprise us. Maybe he'll give like a singing verse in this freestyle like 12K Golden did, like he did like a El Dorado.
Yeah, that was yeah.
That was nice, but I'm looking forward to 24K Golden. All right, so I guess we're gonna get into our what XXL missed out on or the honorable mentions. Do you want to go first? Or do you want me to go first?
You go first. I want to hear your
All
thoughts
right,
on
all right.
that.
I know you're gonna say already, but I think he declined it. So of course I'm gonna. My number one is already Kid Leroy.
Yeah, the
But
number one
I
off the
have a
bat.
feeling that he declined it. No
Me
way he's
too.
missing out on it. No way he probably was. If he would have gone here, he probably would have been the first one on here.
Yeah, definitely. I would have agreed with you too.
He
And
declined it
I
for sure.
think we've seen a lot of artists recently these past few years decline double XL. And it's kind of shows with the whole Lil Skies thing as well. I think Lil
Mm,
Skies kind of showed the corruption behind Double XL, or the way, like, it said it was a fan voted spot, but Lil Skies was already pre-planned to be in it before this fan vote, so it didn't even matter. And that's why Skies didn't actually accept the Double XL role. That's just one thing, but there's even times like some artists hold grudges against Double XL. For example, Nav, when he was coming up, Double XL didn't give him recognition, or I think they said something bad about him. And then when he
mm.
became big, it was like, I'm bigger than you guys are right now. Even if I come to do your cover and your freshman class, I'm bringing you clout rather than you giving me clout. So there's nothing I'm getting in return, and that's why people like Lil Tecca, Nav, Tory Lanez, they like decline the Double XL
And
because
and Polo G too for sure declined as well, probably last
Lil
year.
G was in it. He was in it. Remember?
Oh, Polo G was in it. What am I
Wait, what
talking
was his?
about?
Yes, he was. He was, but
I thought he declined.
he was one of those ones where it was like he could have easily declined as well. Like you could have easily declined as well. And I think probably because Lil TJ was on it, that was a big reason why he was even on in the first place. But there's a lot of artists who like declined. Trippy Red was on the cover but didn't do
She Red
anything.
didn't do nothing.
Gunna is another one on the cover, didn't do
Didn't do
anything.
anything.
So some people just do it for the little cash that you get from it. But I could see why the Kid Leroy declined. Hey, he has a song with Justin Bieber and he's doing all this big stuff. You don't really need double XL at this point. You've already solidified yourself. Same with like Ian Dior doesn't really need double XL to get fame. He's already made a name for himself, but
Yeah, they're
everyone
there.
else on this list is still up and coming new people, so they need the recognition from a double XL.
Agreed. Agreed. Oh, 100% agreed. Yeah, these young artists need recognition from Double XL to get their platform going. Those other guys don't need it. Killer Roy's good. He's making cash. Which, yeah, 30 monthly listeners or something, around 30
Yeah,
mil.
it's crazy.
Spotify, this guy's
At like
this guy's,
17 years old, that's mad.
this guy's done. He's going places. All right. What who do you think? What's your pick?
You mentioned him earlier,
I
and
got I got one more after you though.
we might have the same one or not, but you mentioned him earlier. He even voiced his opinion about being snubbed from this list. And I don't understand how he's not on it. I think no discredit. This is where I'm going to talk about Blast. No discredit to Blast,
Yep.
or I guess one of the females, but I'll use Blast just for now. But I don't see how Blast makes it over this guy. And that is Young Blue. I don't see how Young Blue doesn't get on this list. First of all, if you have a Drake feature, I think that automatically solidifies you to be a part of this like list. Not only that, he's had a big hit by himself. He had a pretty good album that did some good numbers. What more do you need? Drake is literally the like a mega artist. Like if you get a Drake feature, that literally puts you from like upcoming artist to like hey, now you got the spotlight because you got one of the biggest artists in the top. Same thing what happened with Murray. If Murray can make it from what he did,
For J. Cole
hey,
Kosai.
young Blue can make it too. So that's one thing that has to be a snub for me.
I agree. It doesn't make sense. You get a J. Cole Kosai, Murray, but Murray did his thing on his album. He made it. Young Blue had a big album. He's collaborated with Drake. He's collaborated with Ty Dolla Sign. He's collaborated with all these R&B artists, these rap artists, and he still doesn't get it.
Yeah,
That's very disappointing. That's very disappointing. I wish he made it. I wish he made it. He would have been a little nice
yeah,
ad.
he would have been nice. Yeah,
XXL. Absolutely. Uh my pick, I actually mentioned him in this video. Snot. Snot. I don't want to see any
that is
snot.
a good one too. That
I don't.
I thought Snot. I can't believe I forgot about Snot.
Yeah, Snot didn't make it, but I mean, maybe he qualified for last year's, he didn't make it last year, so I'm not sure if he counts this year because he did release last year quite a
That's
bit.
crazy.
But this year, he had one of the arguably better albums of the
And
year.
he's been everywhere. He literally was on a feature. I don't know if you listened to it. Tell him with Coach Chicey.
Oh no, I haven't heard that one.
You would listen to this after this video, but
Okay.
it's huge on TikTok. The audio blew up, and it's like one of the most lit songs. Like it's so good. It's so good. The beat is crazy, and it's a hit. I don't know how Snot isn't on it. I remember seeing like those rough drafts of like the double XL list earlier on in the year, and Snot's name was on it. I remember seeing Snot's name was on it as like one of the rough.
Um,
Hey, I'm hoping he declined it and didn't just get snubbed. Because if he did, that's it's what
yeah,
what.
him, a Young Blue. That would have been nice. Him, a Young Blue, just on the XSL would have made it a bit better.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, yeah, yeah.
a
Because
much
those names are
better.
already recognizable, you know. So like, those should have been names. But that's pretty much all the snubs I have. Is there anyone else that comes to mind for you or no?
No, there's probably quite a few people that I'm missing. Maybe like some drill New York rappers like Sleepy Hollow or one of those guys.
Yes, that was it too. Chef G and Sleepy
Chef
Hollow
G and Sleepy
should have
Hollow.
been on this.
At least
Should have
at
been
least
on
one of them. At
this.
least one of them, or not both of them.
Imagine a cipher of Chef G and Sleepy Hollow with a New York drill beat. Bro,
Ooh,
double XL,
yeah.
you're fumbling the bag, bro. You
Double
get
XL.
someone else like a DDG could even fit on that too, with the way he
Oh
freestyles.
yeah, G would be nice with Sleepy Hollow and
Oh
Chef
my
G.
gosh, how did Chef G see? There's so many names that you could have had to make it
There's
better.
there's so many names. There's probably a couple people that are missing out right now. But
But
there's so many names that could make it so much better.
my final thoughts before we end this off, I would have to say, like, I know people said it year after year, but this has to be one of, if not in this past decade, I would say this is the weakest
Hmm.
double XL class that I've seen. Because even in the years where it was kind of like like last year we still have Polo G, Lil TJ, even though their things weren't amazing. And then you had like I'm hoping there's people like 24K Golden in this that surprise. Then I'm looking at 2018 Jid. That's all I gotta say. Jid literally did wow.
Damn,
And
he just freaking went off.
then 2017 obviously was a good one. You had X, you had Playboy Cardi, you had Ugly God, all those guys. Then 2016, we all know 2016. So
2016, everyone was lit.
it just seems like Double XL is slowly falling off more and more each year as the
Yeah.
talent keeps decreasing and decreasing. But um, we'll just have to see. We'll just have to see.
We'll just have to see. Maybe next year we'll get some hidden gems in the XXL next year. Maybe this freshman
Oh yeah,
class
hopefully this year.
will
I'm not gonna write
surprise
them off or
us.
anything.
Will surprise us. We can't write them off yet until we hear them. Hopefully, there's some surprises. I want every single one of these people to surprise.
Yeah, yeah,
Prove everyone
definitely.
wrong. If they're calling you the weakest, they're calling you underwhelming. Just surprise everybody. I'm looking forward to
Surprise us, bro.
what
I
happens.
literally just said that. Surprise me. Prove me
Surprise us.
wrong. Don't prove me right, please.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, and a quick note: production and the beats is going to be by Nick Mira and Internet Money.
Okay,
So,
that is huge. That is a great.
they got the beat selection. They got the beat selection
I
this
trust
year.
them to curate beats well, like really good for the artists that are going to be ciphering that they're making the beats for. And we know Internet Money can do it. We've seen their project. They Nick Mira is one of the best young producers in the game. I like that. I like that a lot.
Yep. So hopefully that could bring people up, and we'll see what happens. I think we're gonna get the freestyles first. I think XXL already released the read mean comments already on
Okay, okay,
YouTube.
okay, okay.
So
There's gonna be a lot of mean comments,
there's
my
gonna be a lot
guy.
of mean comments. So after this year, I mean after that video, there's probably gonna be the freestyles.
Probably, and I'm excited. You obviously know we will be reacting to those for you guys. You know, we're gonna be on the grind this double XL year
Yes, sir.
2021. But
Yes, sir.
that's our thoughts on the double XL cover. Let us know down below what you guys think. We want to hear, we want to discuss with you guys. Like the video if you did, and while you're at it, hit the subscribe button. We are on the road to 100 subscribers, and you know when Malik gets that water out and takes a sip, you are about to be in for a treat. Hey, that was angelic. That was music to my ears. Hey, you should be on double XL just for that ding. But anyways,
Woo, you make me blush, sir.
but anyways, it's been your boy Nikim,
It's been your boy Malik.
and we shall see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Peace. And boom! You I made it to the end of the video, everyone. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the Locker Room channel. And I'm here to inform you that we have 6, not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 6 Spotify custom playlists for y'all. We got the old school playlist, R&B playlist, classics playlist, the throwback playlist, the underrated bumps playlist, and last but not least, our hip-hop main playlist. Be sure to check those out. Leave a comment down below if you have any suggestions at all, and it will be updated weekly with all the releases coming out Friday. We hope you enjoyed the video. On behalf of Nikim and I, thanks for everything, and we'll see you guys soon. Stay tuned.